What is up, folks at home? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are going to dive into one of the biggest questions in bass fishing, and it's honestly one of the hardest to answer every day on the water. That question is, how fast should you be moving your bait to catch fish? So we're going to dive into speed control today. We're going to talk about when I should go fast, when I should go slow, and when I should be somewhere in the middle. So fun video today, all about speed control. We're going to talk in depth. So let's get to it. Real nice. Look at this one, folks at home. Oh my goodness. What a day we've had. As Caden would say, that is the most dangerous fish in the world right here. So there are two factors I'm really going to consider when I'm choosing how fast I want to move my bait. Clear water or dirty water, and wind direction. If I have clear water and wind, I want to be moving that bait quickly. If I have dirty water and no wind, I want to slow that bait down, right? Think of it as the room analogy. You can walk through a well-lit room quickly and not run into anything. In a dark room, if you walk through it quickly, you're going to run into stuff. So the first thing that I want to consider here is, water temperature aside, season aside, if the water is clear and the sun is high and it's windy, I'm going to be moving that bait quickly. So here we had a tough day of fishing until we picked up the jerk bait, and the jerk bait is a pure reaction bite. I'm moving that through the zone very quickly, and that allows me to generate reaction bites from those bass. So if I know nothing about the body of water, I got clear sun and wind and clear water, I'm going to throw a reaction bite type bait or presentation. I'm going to look for the jerk bait. I'm going to look for the swim bait. I'm going to look for the spinnerbait. Something that is making those bass react to that lure simply because I can cover water and it's efficient and it's going to generate reaction bites. The opposite is true in dirty water. Dirtier water, fish are going to be glued to cover because they put their back up against something and then they ambush out of that. So think of the dirty room and the clear room analogy, right? The light and dark. And that's going to help you a lot with speed control, right? So that's the first two things I consider. Wind versus no wind, dirty water versus clear water. That helps me in terms of finding speed control, finding different things that allow me to generate reaction bites, because 9 times out of 10, if a bass bites, it's biting a reaction type situation when it's moving quickly. If it's moving slowly, it's an ambush feed response type bite. And that's what we're looking to really replicate here with our speed control. Catching fish and doing it instinctually is important in this situation. Now, if there is no wind and you have a slicked off day and you have dirty water, you want to slow down and really milk the areas that you're fishing. So here I have cold water, dirty water, right, and not a lot of wind. I want to milk that first 6 to 7 foot of cover that's on that bank, because fish are going to sit in there, they're going to hunker down, they're going to eat things as they want to feed, but they're not going to be super active, right, on a day like this, because it's simply cold outside, you have dirty water, it's a negative mood of fish. So what you want to do is match your presentations to that. It's why jig fishing works so well in dirty water, because it's a slow-moving, bulky presentation that fish can find in that dirty water, and you're leaving it in the strike zone, which is shrank in that situation longer, right? So less visual ability, slower the bait moves, simply so that fish can find it. The direct contrast to that, right, is when fish are actively feeding in muddy and dirty water, you want a bait that has a lot of vibration on it, so a chatterbait or something. But cold water, there is no better bait than a tube or a Ned rig to really slow down. And when we're talking cold water, no wind, things like that, you want to slow down, right, and present natural baits in a place where fish can eat them. So really, water temperature becomes important later. But there's two things that we have learned from the Alabama rig. One, fish will eat moving baits in cold water. And two, fish will come a long way to eat a bait in cold water. The Alabama rig and speed cranking have taught us that in cold water, you don't necessarily have to fish slow to generate bites. And that's something that kind of stands in the face of conventional wisdom, if you will, in the bass fishing community. Also, the rise of, jig and minnow fishing from spot lock and sonar and live scope and all of that has taught us that fish are willing to chase and eat a lot of things in certain situations. You just have to find active fish, right? Caden and I on this day in the lake were able to put some fish in the boat, throwing a jerk bait. The water was cold and falling temperatures, bluebird skies, but we had wind, so we could fish quickly, right? It's kind of about reading the fish's mood and what they're willing to do on that day. And you kind of really can't go into the situation with preconceived ideas about what you're going to do or how you're going to catch them. You kind of got to let the water and the fish talk to you. You got to generate and build bites as you go.
We're almost to the Olive Creek now. Nice.
Hey, I kept him on. Whew. The most dangerous fish in the world. So many hooks. There we go. Got him. Guys, if you like what's going on the channel right now, give us a like, subscribe. We've got a big 100-day series coming up here starting next week in November. So let us know in the comment section what you want to see from us in the future. We've got a bunch of exciting stuff lined up for you guys. Super thrilled about the way the channel is going right now. Give us a like, subscribe. Let us know in the comment section what you want to see from us in the future. Most importantly, thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. We will catch you next time.